Last Man Stands TV, bringing you more games live from Sam Loxton Oval here at Runaway Bay Cricket Club for the LMS as Australia champs. This is a round of 16 clash of our Shield round of 16 between the Old Fools and the Band O Brothers. Both these teams coming off a loss earlier today, hoping to bounce back with a win here today, coming into the weekend. So the Old Fools batting first. Ryan Kennedy and Pete Harris opening up the account for the Old Fools. Just a couple of quick singles so far. 2 singles off the first over, none for 2 off of 3. And Josh Sanders, top of his mark, comes in. Bowls full in at the stumps, gets straight through Ryan Kennedy. But that fourth stump line isn't good enough to take those stumps out. Dot ball. Josh Sanders at the top of his mark here, comes into the last ball of this first over. Full and straight at those stumps there, played away nicely on the leg side by Ryan Kennedy. He's going to scroll through for a single, getting 3 from the first oval here, the Old Fools. So, how are these two teams meeting here in the Shield round of 16, you ask? I'm glad you asked. I've got the answer for you. So, the Band of Brothers here, the team bowling first, had just come off a loss to the Tradies You Can't Trust. Tradies putting in a huge total of 225. The Band of Brothers falling 160 short, losing all their wickets, so they're hoping for a big bounce back here. And the Old Fools came up against the Bomb Squad. Sadly, took the loss as well. Bomb Squad coming into our round of 32, round of our cup as the second seed. So, these two teams here now meeting in the Shield round of 16. Obviously, a win here keeps them in the Shield. A loss here puts them down into the plate. Still plenty of cricket for both these teams, regardless of the result here. Some more cracking cricket coming up this weekend here at Runaway Bay Cricket Club. 6 grounds use all weekend. Brought to you by Last Man Stands TV and Wise. Thank you so much to Wise for partnering with Last Man Stands. Proud sponsor of Last Man Stands Worldwide. Big call of wide there. Jason Siebenhausen starting his account off with a wide. Played a nice, beautiful cut shot there. The man's coming around to field it. They're just going to get through for another single. Wide ball on the offside this time for Jason Siebenhausen. Man who usually does his trade for a team in LMS Ipswich called Middle Stump. Shout out to any of the Middle Stump boys here watching. Jace not off to a flying start here, but we've seen him pull it back here before. Very good bowler and also an excellent bat in his own regard. An all-rounder if you could. Decent with the gloves as well. So 1 ball left in the second over. The Old Fools, none for 9. They'll be happy with this start, obviously wanting to pile on the runs, get some momentum going their way. Played nicely off the legs here by Ryan Kennedy. The boys are going to come through for just a single. Nothing stupid here from the Old Fools early, just taking the ones where they are, counting in on those wides that the Band of Brothers are getting. Obviously not played much knockout cricket myself, but I can imagine how hard it would be for both of these teams. Obviously suffering big defeats in the round of 32 matches in the Cup to 2 very strong sides. 2 sides that I definitely think we will probably see in action at very late Saturday afternoon in the quarterfinals. Both teams I definitely think have aspirations to be here at the business end come Sunday. So, Corey Cuzzo Parkinson, the third man into the attack for the Band of Brothers. Corey looks like he's going to be bowling right arm over the wicket. Sorry, left arm over the wicket. Played down to long on. The boys are going to come through for a single. The Old Fools here have had a decent tournament so far. Obviously made their way into the round of 32, so we have 40 teams here that have been competing in Australian Championships. The Old Fools, their way here, lost both games, but we're pretty competitive in both games, to be honest. And the Band of Brothers come into this fixture making it into the cup fight, into the cup round of 32, winning a game and losing a game as well. So obviously, Old Fools are 0-3, Band of Brothers 1-2. Corey Cuzzo Parkinson coming in for the third ball of this third over. And it's bounced straight over off stump there. Ryan Kennedy not picking it up, having a look in the sky for some clouds. There are no clouds to be seen here in this beautiful Gold Coast sky here down at Runaway Bay Cricket Club for the LMS Wise Australian champs. Wise, the proud partner of Last Man Stands. Wise, move your money where it matters. Ball's coming in nicely, played off the hip very well by Ryan Kennedy. The boys are going to come through for one. Have a look at it, maybe they'll come for two. No, they're going to set off the one. So Wise, move your money where it matters. Save up to 3 times on international transfers and spend money worldwide without any hidden fees. Trusted by millions, globally moving around $453 billion each month. Corey Cuzzo Parkins goes straight through. My man here, 1 for 13. Pete Harris, just not sure where that one was, not sure how to play it. Playing on a turf pitch is different. I'm not sure the Old Fools have had much games on turf here. I know the Banner Brothers were here yesterday afternoon, but Banner Brothers on top early, 1 for 13 after 3. So Josh Sanders into the attack again for the Bando Brothers. His first over going for 3, very economical. It was the actual over, the first over of the game that I joined in us with. So we've got Ryan and Sean, the Kennedys, both at the crease here. Big appeal there from Josh, down on one knee, denied by umpire Pete Buckland. Boy's going to scamper through for what I assume is a leg bye. Yes, good signal there from my man in the middle, Pete Buckland. So off the legs. Not sure what it was missing. Obviously, Josh might ask that question on his walk back through. My man Pete says no. We've got to go with that decision. So 1 for 14 for the Old Fools. Sean Kennedy, time to face his first ball of the afternoon. Obviously had a bat in the previous game. I'll have a look how he went. But lots going on here early in the game. You don't want to miss any action here on Last Man Stands TV. We've got coverage across lots of the grounds here at Runaway Bay. Some beautiful facilities here. Josh Sanders bowling in a wide one there, not wide enough to be signalled wide, but wide enough to be let alone by Sean. Sean's off the golden duck, but still hasn't put any runs on his account. Coming in, bowling straight at those stumps. A big appeal from the boys, the Band of Brothers, but again, no, says umpire Pete Buckland. Come off the bat we've seen here, so he's giving it runs. Telling me that's come off the bat. Josh Sanders, top of his mark, none for 4 off 1.3, coming in for the 4th ball of this over. Full and straight at those stumps there. Getting a little bit on that, driving that down into the long on region. Going to come through for a single, giving the bowler a pat on the back saying, mate, I think you're probably too good for me. 1 ball left in this over here for Josh Sanders. The Old Fools 1 for 16, trying to survive here. Coming in from the long side, bowling at the legs there, and he's been able to just keep that one out. Josh Sanders comes in and collects it. Umpire's going to call over 1 for 16 after 4. So Jason Siebenhausen coming in for his second over. The first one, a few wides to start with, but outside of that, very economical, hitting him on the pad there. The boys aren't going to take a single there. So as I said earlier, Jason Siebenhausen plays most of his games for Middle Stumped out at LMS Ipswich. I've played a few games with Middle Stump myself. I'm not going to dive into my stats playing with middle stump. They weren't great, but sometimes participation is the name of the game. Played nicely off the hip there by Ryan Kennedy. Man's going to come in off the boundary. They're going to get through for a single. Jason coming in, bowling straight at those stumps, bouncing just over the top of off and middle, beating him all ends up, but it wasn't full enough to target those stumps. Dot ball there, Sean, 1 of 4, not really picking it up at the moment. Straight at the stumps there, played nicely, blocking it back to the bowler here. Very good over here from Jason Siebenhausen. Only 1 from it in the first 4 balls. 1 ball left in this Jason Siebenhausen over. Another dot or a wicket here would be very good for the Banner Brothers. On top early, 1 for 17. Jason charges in, delivers that ball straight at those stumps there. Big swing there from Sean to get that one out. Big heave-ho. It's going to roll through. They're going to come back for 2. This is the first 2 we've seen from the Old Fools in this match. No, they're going to turn around and keep it at the 1. Keeping with tradition, dots and 1s are the name of the games here for the Old Fools. No boundaries yet. 1 for 18 after 5. So Sean is the more seasons of the 2 Kennedy boys. 360 matches of last man stands with a high score of 84. A strike rate of 143. Ryan, the man up at the non-strike zone at the moment. 191 matches, a high score of 88 and a strike rate of 173. Played nicely into the cover region there. The boys are going to come around. 2 of them going to collide to come get that one there. First 2 of the day here for the Old Fools. This is what we like to see, some intent between the wickets. Corey Cuzzo Parkinson, the wicket taker so far, 1 for 5 of 1.1, comes in top of the mark, full and straight at the stumps. These Banner Brothers boys have got their lines right. Man at square legs picking up his helmet, the man behind him at square leg, the fielder, grabs that ball, they come through for another single. Very, very windy day here at Runaway Bay. As this afternoon has gone on, that wind has picked up, blowing from the top of your screen down here. So Corey's probably going to get an extra 5 k's an hour on his bowling here. The Old Fool's trying to hit into the wind. That one's gone up into the air, but it's going to land short. No, the man's going to get there and he's going to fumble it, but he's going to kick it over the rope for 4 runs. So much happening in the 1 ball. No wickets, 4 runs. First boundary of the day for Ryan. So Corey coming in from top of his mark here, has going to bounce back from that 4, falling straight at the stumps there, played nicely down the ground. Long on's going to come around about 20 metres to his left to field that ball. The Old Fools just taking it easy between the wickets here, taking the singles when they're on offer. 1 ball left in this Corey Parkinson over. He's got figures of 1 for 11. Bowling very economical. Nice wicket he took earlier there, going straight through. Going to try go again, but it's going to go through the cover region there. Sorry, man down at long off's going to charge in to cut that one off. The Old Fools don't seem to be too worried about getting those 2s. Happy to settle for 1s here. At the end of the 6 overs, 1 for 27. There's the bowling card there. Josh Sanders, an economy rate of 2.5 for his 2 overs, none for 5. Jason Siebenhausen, none for 9 off 2. And Corey Cuzzo Parkinson picking up the wicket, none for 12, or 1 for 12 after 2, sorry. Good start here for the Banner Brothers. As I said, the boys will definitely want to be bouncing back after that loss there. They played a very tight game day 1 against the Goths. Got their win yesterday that got them into a nice place heading into the round of 32. But obviously matching up against the tradies, it's not a time of the week where you want to face the tradies. I mean, it's probably not a good time of the week where you want to face the tradies you can't trust. Definitely got aspirations being there at the business end on Sunday. That one's down the leg side there by Josh Sanders, but it's hit him in the pads. Half-hearted appeal by Josh, half-hearted reply from Pete. Dot ball is the end result. Coming in to bowl the next ball, Josh Sanders. Straight at the stumps there. He's gone a fourth stump line. Sean's tried to cut it late, but hasn't timed it well and hasn't got the bounce right. Going to be another dot ball. So 2 dots in a row here for the Josh Sanders over, keeping those nice, tidy figures of none for 5 intact. I think Josh needs to straighten it up a little bit, target the stumps here. Looks like Sean's not picking the bounce off the wicket. The Old Fools, as I said, have not played on turf yet as far. They played the last game on turf. Pitch 2 is a lot different to pitch 1 here. Straight at the stumps there, and Sean's giving it a big heave-ho down to cow corner. Boys are going to come around and scamper that one up. They're going to get through for a single. 2 left in the over. So 2 balls left in this over for Josh Sanders. As I said, both these teams coming off the loss previously in the round of 32. Cut away nicely by Ryan. Going to come through for a single here. The Old Fools not really looking for 2s here. That's probably the first time they've looked for a 2. I'm joined by my man KB, who's been out on the grounds. He's been out at the grounds umpiring today. How have you been going, mate? Having some lovely difficulties here. Last ball the over there, full and straight at the stumps, driven away nicely by Sean. Old Fools scampering through for another single. 1 for 30 after 7. So Dylan McInnes, the first time we've seen him this afternoon. Looks like he's got some handy wrist spin coming in. Going seam up, a big heave-ho. That's a nice guided down to the boundary here. The man's going to charge in for it. It's going to hold up. The Old Fools coming for a 2. Just taking him over. 1s and 2s. 1s and 2s. That seems to be the name of the game here for the Old Fools here, going at a run rate of 4.44. Obviously waiting for the bad ball to come, waiting for their mark. I know these gentlemen here have some good figures of their stats. Can bat when needed to. A nice cut there by Sean. Going to scamper through for a single there. So far, very economical bowling here from the Band brothers. Straight at the stumps there. That has gone way up in the air, but that's going to have a few bounces. The fielder's going to come around and get it. Just again, big shots here. All they're ending up with is singles. Alright, we're going to have to take 2 here. I'm joined by my man KB. KB's been out on the tools all day umpiring on field 2, I believe. How you feeling, buddy?
Yeah, pretty tired. Thanks for bringing me in. Yeah, it's been a long day. But a couple of good results there. Western Swingers keeping on their winning ways, and a pretty good game by the Sloggers and the Pink Flamingos. Went down to the wire.
Sloggers and Pink Flamingos, that was a cracker of a game. Yeah. I was watching that in the clubhouse earlier. And obviously, yeah, the Western Swingers, geez, they've been looking pretty dominant so far.
Number 1 team in the country.
Number 1
to defend their championship.
Number 1 team in the country, trying to defend their Australian championship. Went a long way too at the Worlds not too long ago over in the UK. Right, yep. But coming into here, they're the 4th seed coming into the round of 32 they were. So above them, we had the Night Watchmen, who were very dominant in their first 2 games and dominant again this morning against the Tocos. The Bomb Squad got the 2nd seed. I believe the Western Swingers got the 3rd seed, and then the Spider Monkeys got the 4th seed. So 2 Sydney teams
in the top 4.
In the top 4. But again, they looked dominant this morning, and, you know, watching the game beforehand, so we had Conley CC, another team from Sydney, up against the Bouchers SC. Conley dealt with them really easily. So Conley have booked themselves a date with the Western Swingers tomorrow, but geez, I think they'd be hard to beat, the Swingers.
Yeah, very difficult. And then tomorrow's the big clash, the Canberra clash.
The Canberra clash.
3 short against the Goffs.
That's on field 1 here, isn't it?
On 2.
On 2. Yeah. You'll be able to catch that one there. I'm sure Goffs man Alex will be pumping that one up. I'm sure there'll be a few messages between the teams tonight, maybe a few beers friendly tonight, but tomorrow it will be game on for those two teams. You don't want to miss it.
The whole of Canberra's watching.
The whole of Canberra will be watching. If it wasn't a weekend, it would definitely be a public holiday, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
So back here on field 1, Brandon Cunningham coming in for his first over here. The Old Fools just taking it over slowly. Don't count them out though, the Old Fools. They've played plenty of cricket between them. Obviously years and years worth of experience, both on and off the field. Some good stories to tell from the Old Fools. Always good to have them here at our Australian Championships. But I reckon they're trying to be cunning here. I reckon they're just going slow, lure the Band of Brothers into a false sense of security. And when they let their guard down, I'm sure they're going to explode here. Down the leg side there, that's a freebie.
So who do you pick here, Old Fools or Band of Brothers? You know them better. What's your tip?
I feel like the Band of Brothers my tip would be with the Band of Brothers. Both teams. So the Old Fools are here because they faced up against the Bomb Squad. Bomb Squad have been looking really good as well. And the Band of Brothers had to play the Tradies, and I feel like the Tradies have got a point to prove here. Always making it to sort of the quarters, the semis, but it's been a while since they've made it through to the big dance.
Yes, it has.
Obviously, former Australian champions.
How many
the Tradies
times?
we can't trust. Ooh, I don't have those figures on me. Not
Someone's telling you 6. That doesn't sound right. Sure.
6 times to the grand final. I'm sure that's probably. I'm sure that's probably a Chippy boosting it up a little bit there. But good to have the support of the Tradies here.
Ground. Yeah, I think it's at least 3 though, right?
At least 3, no,
Yeah.
definitely would be. Might do a deep dive into the archives later and come back with that for you later. But
Tell you who looked good, second 11.
Second 11?
Very impressed with them, yeah.
second 11 looking
Marty
very
and
good.
Inside and what's the Hawk? The
Hawkeye.
Hawkins. He's the number 1 batter in the comp.
Number 1 batter in the comp, fresh off 100 earlier on
It was
in.
so good, that 100.
And you got the best seat in the house to watch that 100.
Oh, it was so amazing. 100. I was disappointed he got out in the second last over, but yeah, it was a huge effort considering his side was about to get bowled out. For like they were 130, 6 down, and he came back retiring after his 50 and just carried them all the way to the finish.
Sometimes you just need that little bit of momentum for the second 11. Looking at the way the top 32 sat, obviously we spoke about the top 4 teams there, but the Tradies and the second 11, both 2 teams that can go long.
Yep.
Definitely teams that I would not be surprised if we see them in the semis and the finals come Sunday. But they're sitting about 12, 13 out of the top 32. So sitting in the middle of the pack, they are teams I definitely would not have liked to have come against. And obviously, the Band of Brothers are here because they caught Tradies that are starting to catch fire. So just 1s and 2s. Looking at the last 10 balls here, just all it is 1s and dots. Have not seen a boundary. We've seen 1 today from Ryan. A nice shot. No one's in the air they're listening to us, but that's not going to make it too far. Probably about 20 metres to the left of screen. It's got to land safely though. Another single.
What's a good score here from Old Fools, you reckon? I know 160 is decent on this ground, but what do you think they're going to be setting here? 100?
Probably about 100, I'd say. I'd like to see him put the foot down. Obviously, they're hitting into the wind at the moment.
There's your boundary.
That is a perfect pull shot.
Yay!
4 runs off the bat from Sean Kennedy. First boundary for him today. So in the previous game, Connolly set 190.
That was phenomenal. Yep.
That was a very good score here. We were giving the Bouchers hope. They got through the first 70, hitting into the wind like the Old Fools are now 1 for 70. And then the Bouchers lost 7 for 18 in the space of about 5 overs.
Wow.
A huge collapse by the Bouchers. Giving the Connolly boys plenty to celebrate tonight, I think.
Absolutely. But they're going to face their arch nemesis.
They're going to face their arch nemesis, the Western Swingers, tomorrow, and that's one I definitely think I'd be tuning into. I'm not sure where I'll be tomorrow, but anywhere you are around the globe, you can tune into a lot of the matches we've got here, obviously following the live scores.
Oh.
What a catch on the boundary line there for the Band of Brothers, just when the Kennedy boys were trying to put the foot down. Another wicket falls.
Just held out at cow corner, didn't get enough on it.
Yeah, didn't get enough on it. Jeez, we've seen some good catches here on the live stream. Obviously, well, you guys haven't seen them. Nice static cam here. I don't think I've seen any caught and bowled here this weekend. But definitely check out our coverage over the weekend. We're actually going to have 2 cameras here on this main field. So you're going to do a little bit of a different angle here. We're going to have a man on the boundary line following the ball, switching between the 2. So, it's going to be some really, really good coverage here coming into our quarterfinals, our semi-finals, and of course our big Australian Champs final brought to you by Wise. Geez, that'll be a game I don't want to miss. Whoever makes it there, it's going to be a cracking fixture.
Absolutely. Look at that current run rate, look at that 98. But 10 and over, they can get to 148.
10 and over, 148. Look, they're hitting with the wind. They've only lost 2 wickets here. I don't think the old fools with all their experience will repeat the mistakes that we've seen earlier from the Bouchers. It was just some silly batting, really. Playing shots to balls that you probably should just push for 1s or 2s. Trying to give the big heave-ho, trying to give us something to cheer about. Well, they did give us something to cheer about. We've seen a lot of wickets fall very quickly here. So through the first 10, the old fools 2 for 48, Sean Kennedy and Sean Marshall. It's now their chance to see what they can do for the Bulls. Band-O brothers starting off with Brandon Cunningham, none for 5 from his first over. Let's see what he can do into the wind. So a very conventional field here from the Band-O brothers. We've got 3 on the offside, 3 on the leg side, obviously not in the power play. We've got a man down here in front of me at long on, a man over here at long off. We have a deep square leg. We've got a man down in cow corner there that's going to be doing a lot of sweeping. A man that's just in front of point there, and he's cut that out there to the man just behind point. So a conventional field here by the Band-O brothers. Nothing too silly they need to do. Really defensive, but ball's not really making its way to the boundary at the moment.
Is it good bowling?
It's been nice, but
not enough to batting.
It's been straight up and down bowling, but sometimes, consistent lines being hit here by the Band-O brothers. Sometimes you've got to, make your own luck. You've got to push the needle a little bit, make some choices. Played nicely off the hip there by Sean Marshall. They've got to come back for 2 here, the old fools. Looks like change of ends means a change of pace for the old fools. Yeah, it's been bowling just at the stumps, in and around the stumps there, making them play, which is why we've seen a lot of singles, but no risks really taken from the old fools. I think they might be happy with only losing 2 wickets here. I think they'd like to see a bit more runs on the board, so we'll see what they're going to do. Outside the off stump, he's pulled that to the leg side. The man's going to try and get around there. He's not going to get there. 4 runs for the old fools. Change of heart here from the boys.
Hey, 2 boundaries in the last 10 balls. Good.
2 boundaries in the last 10 balls. A clear show from the old fools. As I said, I think I called it earlier. They're trying to fool them into a security here. They're just going to teeter around. Maybe the boys, the Band-O brothers, going to sleep a little bit on the boundary line there. And this is the old fools' chance to recover. So the old fools flying in from Melbourne to be here with us. The Band-O brothers coming in from Ipswich. Got a few Ipswich teams here, and they're all thereabouts. Another pull shot there from the old fools. Bang, bang, 4-4, back-to-back boundaries.
Here we go.
Here we go.
They're hitting with the wind now, see?
Hitting with the wind. The old wily boys know what they're doing.
Sean Marshall's come to the crease and it's exploding.
Sean Marshall or Sean Marsh? Under an alias, could be. Could be. We'll have to see. So Brandon's been hit for back-to-back 4s. His figures were looking really good coming into this over. What's he got for us? 1 ball left in the Brandon Cunningham over. That's a wide ball. We've got 1 more ball left in the Brandon Cunningham over. Not finding his spots at the moment. He's dropped it a little bit short here. So obviously Sean Marshall's been able to get on the back foot and hit 2 very good 4s. Not taking anything away from the batter here. They were 2 very good shots. But Brandon's just going to get it up a little bit fuller and at those stumps there, making them on the drive. Off the hip there, that one's up in the air. Going to hit the ground safely. They're going to come through for a single. 2 for 61 after 11. So Sean Kennedy, the man who's been out here for a little bit, obviously going just under 1 ball, 22 off 25. Sean Marsh, the man that I'm calling Sean Marsh. We're just gonna go with that now. Looking at his profile here, could well truly be Sean Marsh. 202 matches played, an average of 44, a strike rate of 193. So this looks like this is the way Sean plays. Over 200 games, that is exceptional batting. A wide ball, but not wide enough to tempt our umpire into putting those arms out. Just a dot ball here for Kevin Cox opening his account. Sean Marsh, high score of 96. And in his 202 games, 51 50s. So a 1 in 4 strike rate there for Sean Marsh going for 50s. Come long down the ground here. Jason Sibenhausen's going to come across that one off. Just coming through here for a single. So So maybe this was tactical batting here from the Old Fools, just getting through those first 10. Loss of a couple wickets, I don't think that's going to change them, because maybe they'll saving Sean to hit with the wind. Sean's got some exceptional stats here. A wide ball of the crease there, trying to get it out. Sean hanging the bat out there, but just not getting to it. Another dot ball. So in this Kevin Cox over 3 balls, a dot, 1 dot, putting the pressure back on the Old Fools after they let the bats fly a little bit in the previous over. Cut nicely, but the man's out there going to cut that one off. Just a single there. They're looking for 2, but not really running it. The ball's already on its way back in. 1 ball left in the Kevin Cox over, none for 2 from it. A good squeeze here from the Vander brothers.
Shot down the
Shot
ground.
down the
That's
ground
gonna
here.
go-
Jason
yeah!
Siebenhausen, the big man with the
Nice.
big frame's not going to get there. 4 more runs.
Your mate Sean Marsh.
Sean Marsh is accelerating here. Sign him up, put him in a middle stump shirt. Some of the fielders here from the Vander brothers are left scratching their heads, not sure how to get a read on this game. Sean Marshall, 17 off 8. He is firing along rapidly at a strike rate of 212. Of that 17, 3 fours, so 12 of his runs coming in 3 balls, 3 cracking shots to different parts of the ground. So he looks like he might even be a 360 player. I definitely think it might be Sean Marsh. Played down the ground, straight down the ground, but the man's going to come cut that off. Coming through for 2, the Old Fools coming through for another quick single because there's a misfield on the rope. Coming in nicely. So Matthew Quinn opening his account for this afternoon. Not a bad first delivery, but a misfield does not help. In at the leg there, but we're just going to have to clip that one away. No run there because the bowler's already got it in his hands. Matthew Quinn at the top of his mark. He comes in and he delivers his ball full and straight at the stumps, just outside the line of off stump. It's another dot ball. Dot balls are mounting. Matthew Quinn coming in just outside that line of off stump, hitting a good length there. The drive's probably not the shot you'd want to play. Obviously, with only 6 fielders apart from the bowler and the keeper here, edges are more forgiving here, but if you had a conventional field here, that is definitely not the shot you'd want to play there. Talking to Alex actually yesterday, the man from the Goffs, when he was over here, he said the Goffs are not impartial to having a slip in, especially for that power play there.
They love the slip in.
They love it.
Yesterday they had, for 9 overs they had a slip.
9 overs they had a
Al
slip.
Val loves fielding a slip, and he's caught something like 80 odd catches in first slip.
80 odd catches in the first
Something
slip.
ridiculous, yeah.
Man knows what he's doing, obviously. The Goffs, far off you're out. The boys from Canberra
Canberra's
into
team, the hashtag Canberra's team apparently.
hashtag Canberra's team.
Yep.
So this clash tomorrow. So 3 short against the Goffs.
So
So-
it actually happened 2 weeks ago, the grand final for the winter.
2 weeks ago.
And,
Who got the win?
the Goffs pumped 3 short, so
Ooh,
there could
so
be some retribution to be
retribution. So the comeback match for the redemption story for 3 short. I will definitely have to catch that one tomorrow around the grounds in the round 16. Winner of that one gets a date in the quarterfinals. Canberra team in the quarterfinals. That's got to be good for cricket in Canberra.
had. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, top 8 in the last Nationals, top 5 at the Worlds.
Top 5 at the Worlds, that is correct. Yeah, coming up against the mighty Masagami, the Goffs. Thought they'd get it. I thought they'd get over the line there. Alex gave them a chance. Don't think many other people did, but you've got to have belief in yourself. And the Goffs definitely do believe they can go all the way here at the LMS Wise Australia Champs. Kevin Cox coming in to deliver this next ball at the hip. That one's gone up in the air, but it's going to fall safely because the men aren't quick enough off the ropes. Probably sitting on their feet. Just going to come through for a single, and the fielder's going to kick it back in. I know there are some soccer posts up near field 4, 5 and 6.
It's more economical, right? You don't have to
More
get down.
economical, yeah, look. This is a second game for the Band of Brothers today, backing up back-to-back. Had about a 5-minute break to walk from their field to here. So probably some sore, tired legs there. And look, maybe we'll forgive the old fools there. Maybe they'll run on a lot of twos in the previous game. Just settling for the singles here. And look, we've just got an underarm back into the bowler, so definitely some sore bodies here. Some sore frames, but good hydration, good preparation overnight. I reckon both these teams will be back firing tomorrow.
For sure. It's gone straight up in the air. The keeper's under it. He's going back. Oh, he's lost it in the wind.
There's a good chance there that that keeper found that in the wind. And then, actually, as it was up in the air, that gust came through. And geez, it's hard to take those ones. The higher up they go, the harder they seem to take. Even with gloves on, they're never an easy catch.
Definitely. The old fools, 6 overs to go, 24 runs. They're surely going to get to at least 100.
Old Fools targeting 100 here. That one's going up in the air as well. Some more expansive shots here from the Old Fools, but just going to get through for another single here. 2 for 77 from 14. At this rate, 110. They can go at 6 and over, 113. 8 and over, 125. 10 and over, I think they've got it in them, 137. So Sean Kennedy on strike for this Matthew Quinn over, 32 from 36. The man, Sean Marsh in disguise, 18 off 9. 3 fours in that 18 so far. With the wind, I definitely think he could hit a few bombs as well.
They need to get him more strike, though.
Get him more strike. Sean Kennedy, you've got one task.
That's it.
Drop and run. Quinny comes in, delivers one wide, and he's had a swing at it.
Oh, it's inside the line.
Inside the line, or was there an inside edge? In which case, we're going to be asking questions of this keeper. That'll go down as a drop catch. At the top of his mark, running in to bowl the second ball of this 15th over. Wide again, this time a little bit wider. Our umpire has signalled wide. So free run for the Old Fools there. Quinny will want to make sure of his line because threes would really hurt them here. Another wide here, worth 3 runs and the second wide of an over. Matthew Quinn coming in to bowl his second ball. This one's straighter at the stumps. No ball called by our umpire. Looks like the man Matthew Quinn has overstepped. And Sean Kennedy's come through for 2. The Old Fool's going to go through for a 3 with a misfield. Sean Marsh wants the free hit. So no ball called by the umpire. The Old Fools get through for 3. And it looks like the man, Sean Marshall, the man I've dubbed Sean Marsh in disguise, has got a free hit here. Where's it going to go?
Oh, surely cow corner.
Surely to cow corner, hitting with the wind.
60% chance cow corner.
Sean Marsh loads up, doesn't get it quite in the air, but he does hit it to cow corner. So
it's the favourite LMS shot, surely.
It's the favourite LMS shot.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Sean Marsh has just sent that one down there for a single. We've got 2 balls left in this Matthew Quinn over. That no ball's really going to cost them. That no ball was worth 6. So the second infringement of the over, obviously a wide the ball before, that's got to hurt. Inside edge that's running down to fine leg. The keeper's in hot pursuit. The Old Fools are going to come back through for a 2. Bowler's gone down to the keeper's end, and the man down in front of us here looks like he wanted to get those legs moving. Has now come in to take the stumps. Sebo, the big man Sebo, just wanted to get on camera there. Shout out to the middle stump boys if you're watching. Your man here needs to get another over, I think. 2 for 9, none for 9 off 2 overs. The man down in front of us here is bowled. So I definitely think surely they got to throw the ball back to him at some point here.
Absolutely. They can keep it under 100 with him.
Keep it under 100 with him, and that might be the name of the game here. Matthew Quinn coming into the last ball of this over. The man takes a few steps. He charges down the pitch. Bump ball. Matthew Quinn fielding that one nicely. There's got to be a dot ball.
5 overs to go. What do you think? They can't get 8 runs and over. I reckon they'll get 6 runs and over.
6 runs and over from here. So add 30 to the score. That's 117.
That's my prediction. What's yours?
My prediction, I think we get Sean Marshall to strike. We're probably looking at about a 125, 130. And that might be defendable. Obviously, it has not been an easy pitch to bat on. 160 was the par score over the first 2 days. And we've seen some teams here, some teams that are looking really good going into our quarterfinal, or going into our round of 16 and hopefully our quarterfinals of the Cup. They've been able to push the needle, get 190s, get 200s on this pitch. But it's not an easy pitch to bat on.
Yeah, definitely. It doesn't look that way. I mean, Connolly made it look that way, but I think it was more their opposition than the pitch.
Connolly made it look very easy against the Bouchers SC. But to be honest, I feel like coming into the tournament, the Bouchers SC probably didn't rate their chances. They probably thought the other team were probably the better team. So it's probably a bit of an upset that the actual, I guess, the Bouchers, the team that were just over at the World Champs, didn't even make top 32 here in Australia.
Oh, wow.
So maybe Australia's the home Velomis in the world. Forget the fact that, the champions of the last few years, so we've got the Saginaw and the Santon Royals. I know when they came over here, they kicked up a storm for Worlds last year here on the Gold Coast, but times are changing.
Definitely.
Maybe it's the Western Swingers' turn. Maybe it's Connolly's turn. Maybe it's the Monkey's turn. Wide ball called here by umpire Buckland.
This could be the last chance of the Spider Monkeys too. Aging group.
An aging group. With age comes experience, though. They have looked really, really strong through the pool stage and through their round of 32 match this morning, comfortably getting over the line. Actually, the first game finished this morning, they were.
Yep, and they flogged them, didn't they?
They flogged them, choosing to bowl first, keeping them to a short total. No, not much in the chase there that they needed to get. Keepers chasing that one down. The boys are going to come back through for 2. So the Spider Monkeys in their performance earlier against the Adelaide All-Stars.
Yep.
Some outstanding bowling from Jake the Rattlesnake O'Connell.
What's his figures?
Figures.
Let me guess, he got 3 wickets.
3 wickets.
Okay, and he went for less than 20, let's say.
Less than 20, correct.
Less than 10?
No, between 10 and 20.
Okay, 12.
3 wickets for 15 from 4 overs from Jake the Rattlesnake O'Connell this morning. Some other stats I can give you. So the Western Swingers in their dominant performance over here for the Bears. To be honest, the only stats we got out of that game were actually 250s for 2 blokes from here for the Bears. So Clint, a man that's been around LMS for a long time, with the Here for the Beer boys from Cairns.
He batted well.
50 off 36. But
Kennedy didn't bat as well.
McFadden. Andrew McFadden. So the Western Swingers bowling lineup kept him to 50 from 49. So just over a run of ball there. Wasn't many boundaries, obviously.
No, he was struggling big time to hit boundaries. He did hit 2 4s, but yeah, a lot of dot balls.
A lot of dot balls there. Very strong slide, the Western Swingers.
Yeah.
Coming off their really good performance over there in the UK. Maybe if we were on home soil there, they would have gone a bit deeper, but still a bloody good effort for them.
But they're looking good at defending their title. They're playing their local Sydney guys, the Connolly boys. But
2 for 97 after 16. Waiting to see if they put the big man Sebo back into the attack. He's still got 2 overs left. None for 9 from...
He's going to bowl 18-20, surely?
Surely 18-20. I'm not sure where the skipper is or what he's thinking. He's got a few bowlers to go to. So we've got Josh Sanders. He's bowled 3 overs. None for 8. So he'd be a good pick to have an over. Across the card, though, a lot of the boys here have been bowling really tight lines. That one's hit down the ground, but the man's going to take a few steps to his right, put the knee down into the turf and throw that one back in. Textbook fielding here from the Band of Brothers.
Putting the squeeze on the old fools here.
Putting the squeeze on the old fools here. Corey Parkinson coming in. They're having a big swing at that one, but a big air swing. I don't know if that gust of wind that we got there was from Mother Nature or that was from Sean Kennedy trying to throw the kitchen sink at that one, but not connecting.
What was your score, 125?
125 was what I predicted. Oh, shots like that might help them get there. Look to get there 125. They need to go at 7 and over from here. A single there definitely helps. Need some boundaries from the man Sean Marshall here. He's hit 4 fours already and he's 28 off 15. He goes for it. The man's going to come in though. 1 bouncing to the man on the rope. He's picking the fielders out beautifully. Could not have said that better myself. Just another single here for the Old Fools. 1 coming over, but the 100's up.
Yes, well done.
They got there. 16.4 for 2 for 100. 1 ball left in this. Corey Parkinson over. Played nicely down the ground, but again picking out the fielders. Excellent fielding here from the Band of Brothers. Fumbles it. They're going to get back for 2, but keeps it off the boundary. So 102 after 17 overs, a run rate of exactly 6.
Wow.
So if we keep going at exactly 6, they'll end up at 120. If they can get it going at 7 and over, 123. Considering we've only got 3 overs left. 10 and over, 132. Out of the cards yet?
I'm still thinking my target's pretty good, 117.
117 was the score that you've called.
15 runs in 15 balls.
15 runs and 15 balls. 1 a ball seems to be the way they've been going with a few boundaries here and there. Look,
but they still got the 2 overs from your
if we bring the big man on, they're not bringing the big man on yet. Maybe they're sharing it around here, the Band of Brothers.
This is the 18th over though, so he's only going to bowl 1 over.
Only gets 1 over if they bring him on at all. Maybe he's annoyed the captain. Maybe he didn't shout the last round of beers. Maybe he's done something.
Kangaroo court in place.
Kangaroo court in place. Josh Sanders coming in for his 4th over here. They've gone big. That one's up in the air, but it's going to find grass again.
Oh, well stopped there in the deep. He saved it. Well done.
Kept it in front of him off the boundary rope. Textbook fielding. And gee, in a game like this, yes, the score's not going as fast as usual, we've seen, but that also helps. That keeps the squeeze on. You let that fall through there, who's to say the next one doesn't go for 6?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just keep that pressure on the Old Fools here, but bring Sean Marshall on strike. Sean Marshall puts that one up in the air to a similar region. The man's coming in off the rope, going to catch it for a few bounces. Coming back for 2. Good running from the Old Fools, but he's going to get run out. The finger is straight up by our umpire there. One of the easiest calls he'll probably have all day. Man's going to go. So now 3 for 105 here for the Old Fools.
So was that Sean Kennedy run out?
That was Sean Kennedy run out. So Darren Eastwell, big Daz coming in to the crease.
He's going to hit a long bomb.
A man here we know well hits a few bombs. Pulling up his stats now just for you. Darren Eastwell, 150 matches played, an average of 50.
Oh wow, very good.
Strike rate of 179, high score of 85, not out. 37 50s.
Wow, it's pretty impressive.
So Darren has a chance here to put his impact in with the bat. Also pretty handy with the ball, it looks like, as well, but we'll talk about that later if and when he gets a bowl. I'm going to say he's going to get a bowl.
If they know what's good for him, they'll give him a bowl.
If they know what's good for them, he's going to get a bowl. Down the leg side there, so another run added to the total.
They're accumulating.
Accumulating slowly. 106 after 17.2. What did you say? 117 you said?
Yeah,
so
it's
11.
Not looking likely.
11 off 13. A few dot balls here would help. Let's see if Josh can find his spot. He's got 3 balls left to have his mark on the game. No wickets so far. But 12 runs off his 3.2. That's very economical. Coming in and played into cow corner. The LMS textbook shot. The boy's going to turn for 2. Darren's going to get on his bike here. Darren's in trouble. And Darren is gone as well.
Is that a diamond?
A diamond duck for big Darren Eastwell. Sean Marshall, what are you doing? Did Sean Marsh run out a few people like that?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. But looks like Dazuk did call him back through for the second, so maybe we're being
trying to push everything they can now.
maybe we're being a bit harsh on Sean. Maybe
wickets in the shed.
maybe Darren ran himself out. Yeah, that's true. 4 for 107 here after 17.3, so 12 balls left in the innings. Maybe the Old Fools just want to give everyone a stick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hit out or get out seems to be the name. So we've got Arun Deep Hair coming in for the Old Fools here. But he's still got to sit down the non-strikers end because Sean's just hogging it here.
Oh, dot ball.
Dot ball. So your 117 might still be in play. It's back. It's 11 off 10. It's 10 off 11 now.
Grimly hanging on.
It's grimly hanging on. So 1 ball left for Josh Sanders. No wickets for him. 2 from the over. Both run-outs. Neither have been credited to him. Quinn's got both of them. So the man in the deep has done all the work, apparently. Sanders comes in with his last ball at the stumps there. Hitting the pads. Not
10 off 10.
10 off 10. Grimly hanging on there for the score of 117. Look, this Band of Brothers lineup. Like I said, they went down narrowly to the Goths day 1. Got their win on day 2. You'd think they'd cover it pretty quickly.
Pretty good outfit. Pretty good batting outfit.
Pretty good batting outfit here. Obviously, Mancebo I know well. Back in Middle Stump land, so the team he usually plays for. Credited his nickname is The Team. Can bat, can bowl. A lot of times, so Middle Stump used to play a little bit of out in Bow Desert. A lot of times there where we won games just because he put everyone on his back. That one's high up into the air. The man on the rope's going to take a big jump, but he's not going to get near it. 6 runs. Arun Deep. Should have brought him in earlier.
Wow. What a shot.
That's a good shot. Probably the tallest man on the rope here, but clears him easily. So what's Corey got in store for the second ball? Bouncing back from a 6. Arun Deep goes even bigger, this time to cow corner. No, it's caught on the rope!
Wow. Great catch, but he got a steal.
Got a steal there. Sean Marsh, the wily man, getting the steal.
Clever, clever.
Look, 6 off 2. That's a strike rate of 300. Hit out or get out. 113. 4 runs left for your 117. Dilshan, the next man in for the Old Fools. He'll start with the strike. His chance to make an impact on this game. Corey picking up his second wicket. He's definitely eyeing off a photo here, I think. Figures of 2 for 23. So a little bit more expensive than some of the other bowlers, but taking 2 wickets here, which definitely helps. Dot ball there to start Dilshan's count. 2 balls left for Corey Parkinson. Does he have it in him to get that 3rd wicket, to get that photo up on the socials?
Oh, I'd love to see that.
Love to see a photo for Corey. Bowled really well here. Obviously being a bit more expensive, but he's been taking those risks.
Bowled it!
Straight through him! Corey gets his photo. Everyone's a winner here. Band of Brothers on top.
What are they, 6 down now?
They are indeed 6 down for 113.
That's the final pair.
So, Sean Marsh, he's been hanging in there, the man 4th in, and Jeff Peace, the man 8th in. 2 wickets left. Geez, your 117's holding on for dear life.
It was a bold prediction.
It was a very bold prediction, and there's a few times here where I thought it was going a long way past that. But lo and behold, we're still sitting here on 117 watch.
I mean, your 125 still there.
My 125 is also still there, that is correct. 6 balls left in the innings for the Old Fools. Geez, I want to get as many as they can from this 6. So Corey's still got 1 ball left here. Can he turn his 3-for into 4 and go into the next match tomorrow for the Band of Brothers, wherever that will be, on a hat-trick? Would you count as a hat-trick over 2 games?
I don't believe so.
I don't believe so. Maybe we'll
But
go.
I like the idea though.
Maybe we'll go for the team hat-trick. So Corey Parkinson, 1 ball left to Jeff Peace, tasting his first ball down the leg side. Well, the hat-trick's definitely out of play, and he's got to bowl it again. Well, Jeff's off the mark. Shout out Jeff. 2 ducks in the Old Fools scorecard at the moment. 1 diamond duck and a duck off 2 balls being bowled by Parkinson just a second ago. Last bowl of this 19th over. In at the stumps. He's got his hands on his head. So that was a close one, he thinks. But 6 and over, 19 overs down. 114 is the score. 3 from 5?
3 from 5.
3 from 5.
Who's coming on to bowl?
Who's coming on to bowl?
Your mate's not coming back on.
He's not. He only got his 2 overs today.
Wow, surprising.
To be fair, though, 7 of the 8 available players have had a bowl here, so the Band of Brothers sharing it around definitely are a Band of Brothers. Everyone gets a bowl.
That's awesome.
For their sake, though, chasing a target like this, hopefully everyone doesn't need to have a bat. Might be in a bit of danger if they all need to come out with the stick. So Matthew Quinn coming in to finish the account here. He's bowling that one very wide, cut into the cover region, just sort of bunted. Coming back for 2. Good running between the wickets here. Is he going to make it back?
Oh, it's gonna be
A wayward throw. But the man is taking a long time to get off the floor, so they're going to settle for the 2 there. 116. Sean Marshall keeping that strike there. 36 off 23. The pick of the bat so far. 156 strike rate. 4 fours in his 36 so far.
He's held up the side, hasn't he?
He's held up the side at the moment. But Sean Kennedy, he's 46, 1 ball 46, also helping that score along. 4 balls left in this Old Fools innings. Let's see how far they can take it. Sean Marsh could still get his 50 from here, but he's going to have to go for it.
Ooh, LBW shout.
Half-hearted appeal. Quick response of not out, I'm sure, because I can see all 3 of them. I think some cricketers need to learn that just because it hits the pad does not mean that it's LBW. It's an abbreviation, leg before wicket. So we've got the leg. I don't think we got the before wicket in that one. And obviously our man out in the middle, Phil Buckland, agrees because he did not give it out. The second ball all straight through the legs.
Great ball.
Jeez, your 117 is hanging on for dear life here. 2 balls left in this Old Fools innings.
Can they do it?
You know what? I'm predicting a single here. Then Jeff Peace hitting a home run just to blow it out of the park.
And that will get you your 125.
That will get me one. No, it'll go past mine. Oh, straight through him. Matthew Quinn gets a wicket.
That gives my 115 look at it.
I actually don't think you're
117.
Unless it's a wide.
wide.
So are you asking for a wide here? Or you're asking for a no ball? Front foot no ball?
Well, no ball means...
No ball, still 1 for the total, has to re-bowl it.
Yes.
And a dot ball, you get your 117.
Yeah, but I think I like the wide better.
The wide is a bit more cinematic.
Yeah, because he still might protect his wicket.
That's true.
You know, because of the free hit.
Yeah, free hit will probably have a crack, but...
Yeah. It's still the last ball he should be going anyway.
Still the last ball should be going. So Jeff, the last man, stands here. Good on the Old Fools here. Everyone getting a bat, getting their value for money all the way up here from Melbourne. We love having them here, though, on and off the field. They are a good bunch of blokes. Great to talk to. Me, in my current state at the moment, to be honest, actually, when I seen them day one, they called me soft for not being out there umpiring.
It's a leg ball. Oh, it's nothing. So it's
nothing.
a
So last ball was a dot ball.
117's
a target. Maybe that's what you meant.
Yeah,
Maybe
sorry,
you misspoke.
yeah.
We'll
We
give you the
missed
credit for that. So Old Fools setting 116 from their 20 overs. Band of Brothers in the target of 117. Let's see how they go. Hello, hello. Back here for the second innings here at Sam Loxton Oval at the fabulous Runaway Bay Cricket Club. Some would say the home of LMS cricket here on the Gold Coast in beautiful Queensland, Australia. Here for the LMSY's Australian champs, this round of 16 clash for the Australia Champs Shield between the Old Fools and the Band of Brothers. Old Fools batter first, set 116. Set 116 for themselves with the loss of 7 wickets. Band of Brothers need to chase that down. 117 is the target. 100 balls to do it. Darren Eastwell, Big Daz, coming off a diamond duck with the bat, got run out. So Daz has a point to prove here with the ball. He's got to go through Kevin Cox, and at the non-strikers and the big man Jason Siebenhausen. So Daz takes a few seconds, make sure his field is all set. Very conventional field here from the Old Fools. Done this plenty of times before, I'm sure. Probably defended scores lower than this. Let's see how they go. Got a man at long on, a man at long off down here in front of me. A deep square leg who is right on the boundary. A man who's sweeping around cow corner, a deep point and a deep cover. Darren Eastwell comes in, pitches it short. Kevin cuts it away. The man in front of me here is dodging a magpie. Band of Brothers get away with the first single of the innings. 116 now required of 99 balls. Big Jason Siebenhausen, what's he got in store for us? Coming off a 63 of 37 in the game before against the tradies you can't trust. The in-form batsman plays a nice drive through cover. Only going to get a single for it, but a good start, good intent here for the Band of Brothers. Give us a wave, Kiwi. Yeah, big wave here. All smiles here from the Old Fools. So happy to have them here at Australian Champs here up on the Gold Coast. I'm sure the boys from Melbourne are loving their time up here. Dot ball there from the big man Darren going straight through. Kevin in all sorts early. Daz at the top of his mark, coming in for the fourth ball of this first over. Plays a lofted cover drive there. The man's going to come around. The man from point's actually going to get to that one before the man in deep cover. He's going to throw that one back into Daz. Daz, really good start to the over here. Really good start to the innings. Not letting these Band of Brothers boys hit big. Daz has got one more ball left in the over. Has he got a trick up his sleeve here? Will we see a wicket in the first over for the Old Fools? Daz delivers down the leg side there. Played accordingly down to long on. The boys are just going to scamper through for a single. So 4 from the first over here. 113 required of 95. The Band of Brothers are to be successful, moving on in the Shield. So the man, Pete Harris with ball in hand, bowling with the cap on, a man after my own heart here. Coming into bowl to Jason Siebenhausen. Second over underway. Cut away nicely by Jason. Jason's on his bike there looking for 2, and the boy's going to come back for 2. So the intent here looks like they're going to come back for 3. The man still has not got that ball in hand. Dare they turn for 4? Kevin looks like he's out of gas already. 3 is what they will settle for. 3 off the first ball's not how you want to start your bowling innings. Keeper's already in position, but the man with the ball is still a couple of metres away from the top of his mark, but gets into it quickly. Pete Harris bowling the next delivery. Nice and full, flicking the pad of Kevin Cox there. Just going to leave it there. We've seen Marnus do some shenanigans with that similar earlier in the week in the ODI Cup here in Australia. Let's see if Kevin Cox has got anything up his sleeve. Pete takes a step, but Kevin's not ready. Goes back. Starts his third delivery. Gets that one up there, looping him up nicely. Kevin's just guiding that one down to a fly slip area. Obviously no slips usually here in LMS cricket, only having 6 fielders that you can put out there because you've got a keeper and you've got a bowler. 8 makes the side. Sometimes, talking to the man KB earlier, or talking about the Goffs love to implore a slip sometimes. Alex Malonty getting in there himself. Ball played straight down the ground. Nice, lovely shot. Just a conventional shot there. The boys are going to turn for 2. Hand goes up saying, no, thank you. We'll settle for 1. been a good over here from Pete. None for fire from the 4. He'd love to get out of here with a dot, keeping the Band of Brothers at bay for now. But I know these boys can attack. It'll be exciting to see if they can get going. Kevin just playing that one around the corner, just going to jog through for a single. Check to see if the man's got it yet. The man's got that ball in the hand. They're going to settle for a single. That's going to be over. None for 10 after 2. Starting slowly, but chance to build. The next man into the attack, the man I have dubbed Sean Marsh for his swashbuckling fours that he was hitting in the batting innings, comes into bowl. Sean Marshall coming into bowl, right arm over the wicket, in at the stumps again. These old fools have a clear plan to target these stumps, knock over the Band of Brothers. So far the Band of Brothers keeping them at bay, coming back through for a quick 2. Excellent running between the wickets here by Kevin and Seamanhausen. An overthrow means they're going to get through for another one. Darren's have to come in to clean up the mess that the boys are leaving for him. Here at the lovely Runaway Bay Cricket Club here, Sam Loxton Oval, the #1 ground here for LMS on the Gold Coast for your LMS Wise Australia champ. Sean Marsh in with the second ball, cut away to the man coming in off the rope. 1 extra run there to the tally for Jason Siebenhausen. Kevin Cox back on strike, going at a 1-ball-7. Both these gentlemen 7 each to a pair, batting in a good partnership, building slowly. 103 required from 88 delivery. Sean Marshall coming into bowl the third ball. Pitches that one up a little bit fuller and is driven down the ground. The two men are going to come together. They're going to come back for 2. Good running between the wickets here between the Band of Brothers. So more intent in this over here. 3, 1 and 2. Bit of running between the wickets here. It's a big field here, Sam Loxton Oval, but an excellent place to play, watch and officiate cricket. Cut away nicely. The man's got some ground to cover and he's going to try to cut that one off before he gets to the boundary. Uses his feet to trap it like he's playing soccer. He's going to turn around, pick it up and throw that one back in, but they're going to get back through for another 2, the Band of Brothers. Sean Marshall at the top of his mark for the last ball of this over. Flicking that one in there nicely. Cover region, but 2 men are looking at it. It's going to roll away for 4. Mix up in the field here from the Old Fools. The first boundary of the innings. Sean Marshall's got his hands on his hips. Not sure what the boys in the field are doing. That's going to be 4 towards the total. None for 22 after 3. Boys here down on the boundary line in front of the clubhouse here at Runaway Bays are slowly learning. The Magpies here do not take kindly to visitors. Obviously not being very nice to our men here up from Melbourne. We love having the Old Fools here at the LMS Wise Australian Champs. Thanks very much to Wise for partnering with LMS Cricket as Pete Harris comes in to open his bowling. A very aggressive sweep shot there from Jason Siebenhausen straight out to the man Darren on the fence. He's going to bring that one back in there for a single. As I was saying, Wise, the proud partner of LMS Cricket all around the world. Wise, move your money where it matters. Save up to 3 times on international transfers. Spend money worldwide without any hidden fees. In comes the second ball of this over. Hit hard down the ground. Only another single. Wise, trusted by millions of people worldwide. Globally, millions of customers move around $453 billion each month. That is a lot of coin. A lot of coin here that the Old Fools have to be joining us up here. We love having them here on the Gold Coast in the beautiful Runaway Bay. Nice windy afternoon here. All 6 grounds got cricket on them played at the moment, and over the weekend, over Saturday and Sunday, as we come towards the business end of our tournament. Still lots of cricket to come and some exciting matchups to come. I'll read some of them out for you later. A perfect cut shot from Jason Siebenhausen out to the man at deep point. Going to scamper through for a single. Aside from that 4 here, this has been very good bowling here from the Old Fools. A very tactical field set by them and bowling towards that field. They've done this before. Just need some wickets going their way to put some pressure back on the Band of Brothers. Coming around the wicket there. Big swing, no ding from Kevin Cox. Takes his total to 16 off 12. That's the end of the over. 9 for 25. Big Darren Eastwell, the man, the myth, the Old Fool, coming on for his second over. None for 4 from the first over. Let's see if he can turn the needle in the favour of the Old Fools with his second over here. Very economical, targeting those stumps. Can he make his way through the big guard there of Jason Siebenhausen? Daz walks in and he gets into his stride, delivers the ball. Bit short of a good length. Jason has a big heave-ho over the leg side there. One bounce and the man's going to get it down at deep square leg. He's hit that hard, but the man on the fence of the brick wall has got that one back in just for a single. Darren coming in to bowl the second ball of this 5th over. Just a bit wide of the off stump there. Kevin not moving his feet, but trying to hang the bat out there and just guide it down towards the boundary here. Doesn't get anything on it. Played nicely into the cover region. The man's going to charge in off the rope to cut that one off. The boys are just going to go through for another single here. Not really signs of aggressive batting here from the Band of Brothers. A small total like this, obviously only the target 117. We've seen bigger here, but just taking their time doing it, not taking any risks, not trying to lose any early wickets. A wide ball down the leg side is definitely going to help Jason Siebenhausen there. It's going to help the Band of Brothers. A run for nothing, they will take it. Daz up the top of his mark, coming in for the 4th ball of this 5th over. Big swing again from Jason Siebenhausen, no ding, and Jason's not happy with himself. Not much foot movement there. If anything, was slightly towards the leg side, but that ball is so far outside off that it was going to take a big heave-ho to try to get it to the leg side. Playing the ball on its merits is something the Band of Brothers aren't really doing right now. That one's played high into the air on the leg side. The man's not going to get there. That's going to bounce twice. But the man's going to get around there. Another man's come across to cut one that off. Plugged a little bit. The boys are going to get back 3 for 2. Misfield there. The throw in, not sure. The boys are going to scamper 3 for 3. So this is something that the Band of Brothers have done so far in this innings. Taking the extras where they are. 31 runs off 5. So 86 runs required off 75 balls. 31 after 5. That is a economy rate of 6.2. Doing it easy at the moment, the Band of Brothers. We need to see some wickets here from the Old Fools if they are any chance of pulling this one back, or some extreme tightening of these economy rates. They're not outlandish by any means. A team going at 6 and over usually don't put up a big score, but when you're only chasing 117, it's enough. So Jeff Peace to start. Here's the count. Down the leg side there, that one is spanked by Jason Siebenhausen. One bounce over the rope, 4 runs. A welcome boundary here for the Band of Brothers. Not much going their way so far, just ones, just dots in the last 10 ball. Dot, 1, dot, 1, dot, 1, wide dot. But 3 and 4, that's looking good. That's intensity from the Band of Brothers here. Trying to move this needle, trying to get this game done quickly. Get the boys back into the shed, recovering for the next round match tomorrow. Played nicely off the hip there again, and the boys look like they're going to try to turn 2 for this one. The man in the deep has just come off the rope and got it. They're going to scamper back 3 for 2 easy. Coming straight down the ground here is Jason Siebenhausen. The man's going to come across the camera to cut that off. The two men come together, give each other a high five. That ball comes back in only for a single. So Jeff Peace, 2 balls left in this over. What can he deliver? Wide outside the off stump, called wide by umpire P. Buckland. It's a free run for the Banner Brothers. Not what you want to see if you're an old full fan. Down the leg side there. Kevin's going to have a big swing at it. He's going to miss it. He's going to get 3 runs for the wide, plus picking up an extra or 2 for running. If he had connected, I'd say that would have went for 4. So the same result here, but he didn't have to hit it and he just had to run 1. None for 43 after 5.4 here for the Banner Brothers. Jeff Peace coming in for the last ball of this over. Outside off, cut away nicely by Jason. Boys are looking at that. The man's just come around to get it. They're going to come back through 2. It's going to be a quick 2. But the arm's even quicker. He's going to get back there just in time. None for 45 after 6 overs. Bit of a change of pace here from the Banner Brothers, trying to get this done quickly. 72 required off 70. So to give you some of our awesome matchups that we're going to see here on LMS TV tomorrow, brought to you by Wise from the LMS Wise Australian Champs here at Runaway Bay. Starting us off at 8:30 here on the main stream, we have the Night Watchmen, the boys that finished on top seeded team out of Bow Desert, knocking over everyone in their path so far, looking unstoppable. They're going to play Buddy's Jargems. Buddy's Jargems have had a good run of games themselves. That one's gone straight through Kevin Cox. The boys are going to come back through for 2. I'm not sure if we got any bat on that. We'll have to check with umpire P. Buckland shortly to see if it was bias or it was off the bat. Buckland satisfied that came off the bat. So on field number 2, on the second turf wicket we have here at Runaway Bay, we're going to have the Bomb Squad. The Bomb Squad, the second seed heading into the round of 32, up against the boys from across the river in Brisbane. So both Brisbane teams, one Brisbane South, one Brisbane North, the Humble Hibernators. That will be a cracking match. On field 3, we're going to have the Triple D Kings all the way from Melbourne against the Tradies You Can't Trust. Tradies are the reason the Banner Brothers are here right now. Big appeal there from Sean Marshall, denied by umpire Phil Buckland. So the Triple D Kings against Tradies You Can't Trust on field 4. Conley, CC, the men you've seen just before, take out the Bouchers up against the Western Swingers. The All-Sydney battle in the round of 16. Fine legs all the way from Toowoomba against the second 11. Jeez, the second 11 have looked good so far this week. Another dot ball there for the Banner Brothers. Not what you want to see. 2 dots in a row. On field 6 at 8:30, we've got the Sunday Sloggers, the boys from Ipswich. The boys that the Banner Brothers here know very well, up against their expectations of Capricornia champions. So that is the first 6 games we're going to have tomorrow, all here at Runaway Cricket Club, all starting at 8:30 tomorrow morning. The last 2 round of 16 games we've got the Spider Monkeys, the boys from Sydney's, the boys KB and I were talking about earlier, up against Nice Gary. So that's 10:45 on the main field here, so you'll see that on the main stream. And the last match, the one that everyone's been waiting for, the Canberra battle, the Battle of Canberra, the one where all of Canberra will stop for just over 2 hours. That's how long an LMS game takes. A nice shot down the ground here by Kevin. Got to bounce over the field, and that's going to roll away for 4. Lapsing concentration by the fielder there. Didn't quite judge the bounce of it. Didn't see how fast it was coming in. That's bounced over his outreached hand. Got to roll away for 4 there. None for 51 after 7. So the Battle of Canberra, 3 short against Fargoff. You're out. Got to say, if I was putting my money on that one, I'd be putting it on the Goffs. Jeez, the Goffs have looked strong this weekend. So that's the round of 16 clashes here for the Australian Champs Cups, brought to you by Wise. In the plate, the quarterfinals, we're going to have a matchup between the Bouchers and the Colts. The Tasmar Cores and the Sugars are going to play off. Duck, Gone are going to play off against the Honey Badgers, and the Leaking Runs are going to play against the Lemurs. Cut away nicely there by Jason Siebenhausen. Just going to come through for a single. Pete Harris coming in to bowl the next delivery of this 8th over. Big swing from Kevin. He's had a lot of big swings, a lot of big slashes, but he's not been able to connect on any of them. I'd like to say, I think if he was connecting, we'd have a different scoreline here. The Bandit brothers would be a lot further along, or he'd be out. Fact of the matter is, he's 28 of 22. He's still here. Down the leg side there, he gives that a big heave-ho. Dad's not going to get around there. That's 4 more runs for Kevin Cox. 32 off 23. Pete Harris coming in for the 4th delivery of this 8th over. Pitches that one up nice and high. Kevin gets a hold of that. Goes going deep. The man in the deep takes a catch. There's a wicket. Is that what the old fools need to get their account underway here? 1 for 56. A cracking catch in the deep here for the old fools. The safe hands of Hare. Bowling by Harris here, getting him into that false shot. Full tosses bring wickets. We've seen a lot of them this weekend here on the mainstream and on all the other grounds around here at the Runaway Bay Sporting Complex. That brings out Brandon Cunningham. So 1 wicket so far, 1 for 56. 61 required off 61 balls, 5 and over. A nice easy pace to do it. Pete Harris delivers the next ball. Brandon sweeps that one up in the air. It's got to bounce a few times to the man on the rope there. Had he have been 10 metres in, this might have been a different story. He's put a little bit of mayo on it. He's rolled over with the ball. He's kept it in his grasp though. Old fools playing a few tricks on these young boys here. Big Darren Eastwell coming in. He wants to get himself in the wickets. He wants to give his boys a lift. None for 10 from his 2 overs so far. So bowling very economically. But geez, he'd love to take a few wickets here to get the boys up and about. Have these old fools got a few tricks still in them? You can't teach an old dog new tricks, they say, but can you teach an old fool? Daz comes in and delivers. Down the leg side there, Brandon sweeping that one away, but the fielder's going to get around there. Pick that one up. They're just going to come through for a single. Daz coming in to bowl the next delivery of this 9th over. Played straight down the ground there by Seaman, and the man's going to come across to it. They're going to look for 2. Both going to look at each other. Both going to stare. Both going to not go for that second run. Just another single. There doesn't seem to be much communication between the batters here. Probably an easy 2 there if they wanted to push the needle. They're just happy settling for singles. Singles will get them there. It's usually a rare occurrence where singles will get you the win, but this is one of them. Played nicely. A nice cut shot there by Brandon Cunningham. He's going to turn for 2. Maybe he only wants the 2s off his batting. Who knows? But they get back through for 2. Two balls left in this 9th over here. What does Darren Eastwell have in store? Captain needs to give his boys a big push if they are to win this match. Oh, beating him all ends up, but he's missed the stumps. Daz has got his hands on his head. Best it up ball. So Darren at the top of his mark charges in towards Brandon Cunningham, the waiting batsman. Brandon plays it straight back to Daz. 1 ball left in the never mind, sorry, over 1 for 61 after 9. 56 required from 55 balls. Pete Harris, the wicket taker, coming in to bowl his 4th over and the last over from this end of the wicket before we change ends. to be honest, the Band of Brothers have been hitting with the wind here, but you wouldn't know it. Only 61 runs to show from their 9 overs. Earlier in the game before, we've seen the Conley CC boys, the boys out of Sydney, using the wind to their advantage. Can Jason use the wind to his advantage before we switch ends? A nice cut shot guided down to the man in the deep. Coming through for another single. Waving towards the clubhouse. I think he's got a problem with his gloves here. Giving him either telling him to talk a bit more or he needs new gloves. No, that's universal sign for new gloves. Pete coming in, bowling wide of the off stump there. Brandon driving that one through. Is the man going to get around there? The man might get there. He does get there. Great fielding by the Old Fools in the deep. Brandon's going to get back for an easy cheeky 2. Suddenly back to a runner ball. 53 required from 53. Band of Brothers taking their time in pursuit of 117. Pete Harris delivering. Brandon blocking and running, dropping and running, and you can do that here in LMS. No one in short for the Old Fools. Taking the strike, giving it back over to Jason Siebenhausen. Brandon a runner ball 8. Runner ball 7. Pete Harris, 2 more balls to make his mark on the game. Can he pick up another wicket or 2? Pitches that one wide. Jason pulls that one over to the leg side there. Comes through for a single. 1 more ball left for Pete Harris. 1 for 20 of the figures. Very good figures. Getting the only wicket so far for the Old Fools. Can he make it 2? Can he give his team the push they need to come home strong in this back 10? Pete Harris comes in and delivers. Pitches that one up. Brandon puts that one up in the air. The man's coming around to it. He's not going to get to it, but he's going to get there on the bounce. No, he's not. He's going to let it roll away. He's going to make it to the boundary. Keeps it just inside the line. Playing with the Band of Brothers here, the Old Fools are. We're going to get through the first 10 overs. 1 for 67. 50 runs required, 50 balls remaining. One ball seems simple, but the Old Fools have got a few tricks up their sleeves, I'm sure. So we've had a message delivered to the Band of Brothers batsman from one of the men in the deep. I'll see if I can find out what that message, what that directive is. Might be something along the lines of keep going boys, we're getting there at this rate, or let's put the foot down now, let's get it done before the sun goes down. Haroon Deep Hair, the man who took the awesome catch down here on the rope just before to dismiss the only batsman out, Kevin Cox. It's his chance to make his mark on the game with the ball. He comes in, he steams in. Oh, a bit quicker than the previous bowlers, targeting those stumps there. Brandon just pushes it out into the offside there just for a single. Runner ball 9 for Brandon Cunningham so far. Jason Siebenhausen 27 off of 20. Indeed, coming in from the top end there. Jason's pulled that one to the leg side. A lot of his shots have been leg side today. I'm not sure if this is out of character for him or not. Seen him play some really good cover drives in the past, but today it seems to be everything on that leg side. Are they able to read this pitch, these two batsmen, or is it still playing some tricks? Haroon Deep, 1 run from his first ball, 1 run from his second ball. Keeping them at bay at the moment, the Band of Brothers. Coming in to deliver the 3rd ball of this over. Bit shorter. Brandon has a slash at it, but doesn't get anything of it. Straight into the hands of Dill behind the gloves. Going to be a dot ball. Handy dot ball. Delivers again. Brandon takes a few steps out to the leg side and punches that one through to the offside. Just a single. Coming in, delivering straight at the stumps there. Straight through him. Siebenhausen all ends up with that one. Don't think he got any bat on that. Umpire P. Buckland is satisfied that he got bat on that, so he's giving him the single. 1 for 71 after 11. 46 required from 45. So Sean Kennedy into the attack for the Old Fools. Need something here. We're on a ball. 45 will get the Band of Brothers across the line, taking us all the way to the end. Sean Kennedy coming in from the top, bowling just through the leg side of the stumps there, but Brandon's gone wider than it. Doesn't think he's got anything on that. That one looks like it's going to race all the way down to the boundary here. No, it's going to pull up. The keeper's got to put in a big chase here. The boys are still running by. This is a signal from the umpire there. Costly mistake here for the Old Fools as they get back through for 3 byes. Sean Kennedy coming in from the far end of the Runaway Bay Cricket Club. Played through the covers there by Jason Siebenhausen. Going to jog through for a single. Sean Kennedy at the top of his mark, coming in about the 3rd ball of this 12th over. Big swing and a miss there from Brandon Cunningham. Delivery straight at the stumps, played onto the leg side there by Brandon Cunningham. They're going to get through for a single. Jason's keen on a second, but Brandon's still making his way through for the first. So 1 ball left in the Kennedy over, none for 2 from it. 40 required from 41 is the equation down the leg side there. That is a wide ball. 1 more ball still need to be bowled. Jason really wanted to get a hold of that one, but didn't get a hold of it. No man down here in front of me here, so had he have got something on that would have raced away to the boundary for 4. Nonetheless, all it was a wide. Last ball here from the 12th over from Sean Kennedy. Pitches that one up. Jason plays that one out nicely through the covers, guiding it towards the man in the deep. He comes around and collects. They get through for a single. 1 for 79 after 12 overs. 38 required off 40 balls if the Band of Brothers are here to be victorious. Very tidy bowling card indeed for the Old Fools. Only 1 wicket though. I'm sure by now, this late in the game, the Old Fools would probably wish they had a few more wickets in the sheds. But we'll have to see what happens. So Arun Deephair coming back into the attack. The man who took the catch earlier, none for 5 from his first over. He delivers straight at the stumps there, pulled onto the leg side there by Jason. The man's going to come around and field it. They're going to come through for a single. Arun Deep coming in for the second ball of this 13th over. Brandon's tried to play that one onto the leg side there, but hit the edge of his bat. The keeper's quick onto it, but they're still going to scamper through for a second. Coming in for the 3rd ball of this 13th over. Unlucky for some, Jason Siebenhausen gets a hold of that. The man tries to come in and take it. Misses it. Costly boundary there for the Old Fools. Jason Siebenhausen adds 4 more to his tally. So a half chance there for the Old Fools. Rune Deep trying to deliver for his team, but the chance goes beckoning. What's in store here? Played through the covers. A nice sensible shot there down the ground. They're going to get through for another single there. 31 runs required from the final 36 balls if the Banda brothers are to win this match. You got to think the Old Fools will need all 7 wickets if they are to be victorious here. The last game here on day 3 of the LMS Wides Australian Champs. Rune Deep comes in. Brandon takes a few steps and then punches that one out into the offside there. The man's coming in from the fence to grab it. They're going to come through for a single. That's going to get us through 13 overs. 1 for 87. $30 required of the final 7 overs, 35 balls. Simple equation, looks to be hard to bat out there at this late in the day with this win. 4.29 runs required and over, currently going at 6.69 runs and over, but a few wickets here and this game will turn on its head. Jason Siebenhausen, 39 runs off 28 deliveries. Brandon Cunningham, 12 runs off 16. Sean Marshall coming in for his 3rd over of the afternoon. Delivering straight at the stumps there. Hitting that sort of half volley length, not capitalised on by Brandon Cunningham, just sending that one straight down the ground too long off. Fielded nicely by the man there, getting himself on camera, putting that knee down into the turf. Just a single's the result of that ball. Sean Marshall coming in again, charging in, still charging in this late in the day. Down the leg side though, that's wide. That's going to be costly runs again for the Banda brothers. They're going to have that onto their tally. Old Fools need to cut down these wides if they are to be victorious. 28 required now. Coming in from the far end there. Straight through him. Sean Marshall has beaten Jason Siebenhausen. All ends up. 40 runs from 30, closing in on the 50. Not to be. He's got to go. New man in for the Banda brothers, Matthew Quinn. Simple task ahead of him, 28 off 33 balls. There's a few options here. He can go from ball 1, try to get this done quickly. He can take his time. I'll give you some stats on Matthew in a second. He plays that one nicely through the cover straight to the man, getting off the mark nice and early with clear intent. 1 from 1. Matthew Quinn, an LMS legend out of the region of Ipswich. 357 matches. Only 10 of those times he didn't bat. Average of 45.65. That is an impressive average. Strike rate of 190. High score of 134 not out. Love to find the stats from that game and see what the end result was, because that is a lot of runs. 106 50s. Only the 1 century, but that 1 century was big. The 99th best batter in the country. Played nicely through the cover region there, Matthew Quinn. Looking to turn this to 2. Getting through for 2 easy. The Old Fools, I feel like at this late in the game, need less than 1 a ball. I feel like the boys should come a couple of metres off the fence just to put that doubt in the mind of the batters that if the single's on, you've got to do something here, because 1 a ball is going to get him home. 24 required off 30. Jeff Peace coming in from the top end here at Runaway Bay Cricket Club 14 from his first over. Geez, that one's up nice and high. Brandon's put that one up even higher over the man. That should take a few bounces and hit the fence. Looks like it's pulled up and the boys are going to cut that off. Brandon's going to get back for 2. That was a big hit for something that didn't even roll towards the boundary. Only 2 from it. Got you the stats here from that game where LMS legend Matthew Quinn in 134 red. I'll read them to you in just a second. This ball is high, cut away nicely by Brandon Cunningham. Fielder's going to charge in from that one there, probably the way he should stand from the start. They're going to get through for a single. So, obviously, to make 134, you've got to retire, you've got to come back. So, the Band of Brothers, 7 for 207 in this match. Matthew Quinn, 134 not out, a 7, a 14, and a few other scores here. The boys actually lost this match to the team Any Chance, who scored 3 for 232. Imagine scoring 134 at a strike rate of 285 in a losing side. That is insane batting from Matthew Quinn. His teammates need to help him out a little bit there. Maybe they would have got across the line then. And otherwise, we're here. Brandon flicking that one off his legs. The 2 men are coming towards it to try to cut that one off. Daz is going to get around there and he's going to get that one in nice and quickly, but they're going to go back through for 2. One ball remaining in this 15th over. The score at 2 for 99. Played off his legs. Oh, a half chance there. Jeff thinks that score's going to stay at 99 through 15 overs. 18 runs required from 25 balls. Sean Kennedy coming in for his second over, none for 4 from his first over. Straight at the stumps there. Matthew Quinn hits that one straight down the ground. Looks like it's going to make its way to the rope. 4 runs to Matthew Quinn. Waiting for that ball to come back in. Sean Kennedy at the top of his mark. Delivers the second ball of this over. A similar ball hit up in the air towards the vacant cover region by Matthew Quinn. A few bounces there, but the man gets around to it. 1 run from the ball. So 4 and 1. Clear intent from Matthew Quinn to get this game done early. 13 required now for the Band of Brothers. Nice delivery at a nice half Yorker length there. Just kept out by Brandon Cunningham. 19 of 23 he is now. Matthew Quinn, 9 from 5. Charging in, he delivers the ball just outside the line above stump. How's that? The hands is the finger goes up. Brandon's got to go. 19 from 24 is the end result there. A second wicket for the Old Fools. Has this game got one twist left in it yet? 3 for 104. So Travis Marshall, the next man in here for the Band of Brothers. Will he be the one to break this game open, or will Sean take another wicket with this next ball? Wickets need to come quickly if the Old Fools are to keep this game within reach, because 13 runs off 21 balls, 3.1 and over. That's going to happen pretty easy if they don't take these wickets. Inside edge there, and that's going to run down to the vacant fine leg area. The boys are going to scamper back through in for 2. 11 required. 20 balls to get him. Arun Deep coming in for his third over. Will he be the difference maker in this game? Going right down to the wire here on LMS TV, brought to you by Wise. From the LMS Wise Australian Champs here at Runaway Bay Cricket Club on the Gold Coast. The lovely Sam Loxton Ovals looking very nice this afternoon. Do the boys think he got something on that? Umpire Phil is satisfied, calls that a dot, saying that's come off his leg. Matthew Quinn tapping his bat there, ready to face the next ball from Arun Deep Air. Stood to the leg side there and guided that one down to the vacant. Oh, he's kept that one in. Great fielding in the deep there from the Old Fools. This game is not over by any stretch of the imagination. They get through for 3. Will that one run they save there come back to haunt the Banda brothers? 8 required from 18. Travis Marshall 2 from 1. Facing up to Arun Deep. Gets hit in the leg. Dot ball there. Walk that one off there for me, champion. Coming in for the 4th ball of this 17th over. Defended, just kept out by Travis Marshall. Not much more he could have done with the ball like that. Arun Deep keeping the pressure on here. A wicket here would just get the Old Fools up and about, give them a sense of belief. 8 required of 16 balls. Should get done easy, but is there a twist left? Not happy with his run up there. Arun Deep just trying to scare the batsman, put him off. Got to make him wait a little bit longer. Travis has just fallen under a runner ball. Last ball of this 17th over. Did he get anything on that? That one's rocketing down here to me at the boundary. That's 4 runs. 4 byes. This is a signal from umpire Phil Buckland. He did not get anything on that. 4 now required for the Banda brothers. 113 for 3 after 17. Who do the Old Fools turn to now? Who's going to get them that wicket to keep them in the game? It can't be Pete. Pete's bowled his 4, but Darren's got one. Is Darren going to be the man to come in to try break this fixture open? Or will it end right here? All it takes is 1 shot, 4 runs needed. That's a 4, that's a 6. That gets us over the line here. Banda brothers so close, but it's not over yet. Does the big man Darren Eastwell have something in him? Do the Old Fools have anything left in the tank? He delivers straight off the hip there. The fielders come right in. This is some great attacking fielding by the Old Fools. You gotta think though, should they have brought this field in early? Dot ball there, 4 of 14 is going to be a tough ask if the wickets do not start falling. Darren coming in for the second ball of this 18th over. A swing and a miss. The fielder's up in his face. Are they putting Matthew Quinn off? Is there still a turn left in this game? To give you a read of the field, we have a point, an extra cover. We have a mid-off. We have a mid-on. We have a square leg and we have a mid-wicket. Everyone in up nice and close trying to protect these vacant 4 runs here. Matthew Quinn plays that one off the hip. Great fielding there by the boys, keeping it to another dot ball. Is this game over? Absolutely not. Come on, Old Fools. 4 off 12 required. 3 dots in a row. Pressure building on Matthew Quinn here. He takes a few steps. He tries to go down the ground. A big leaping chance from the man at mid-off. But it goes through. He's got to chase it. The Banda brothers are running. Keeps it in. There's 2 of them. 2 required off 11. just gets it over the man at mid-off. That would have been a screamer of a catch, and you would have had the best view here on LMS TV of it. Darren comes in, takes a few steps, tries to go down the ground, hits it through. Is that it? 4 runs, that'll do it here. The Banda brothers get over the line in 17.5. Gets through 18 overs there. So close for the Old Fools, but Banda brothers victorious.